Hey everyone, it's Travis from Mark Rober's April 2021 class for monthly.com. Doing our first engineering build. Had to be something food related, so the problem that I wanted to tackle was I like cooking. I like cooking with meat and making like tacos and spaghetti, but my least favorite part is when you got to put the meat in the pan and then you use kind of a regular skillet. I think everyone has one of these, and you got to do a lot of chopping, kind of break the meat up into these kind of smaller little pieces for your tacos or your spaghetti. So I decided to go with something a little bit different, what I call the Mega Spatula. So here's, I don't know if I want to call this a final build, but yeah, it's just probably the third prototype that I made. It's got 5 blades, so the idea here is we're going to accelerate the chopping motion with the meat. So let's go ahead and get started here. While this is preheating, actually, let me move this off. Just kind of a quick, actually I'll put it back over here. Just a quick note on the build. So I had to decide between using metal, wood, or plastic. And I thought, to me, metal is the most efficient, although yeah, probably a little more work here, and I'll explain that. So what I've got here is one of the spatulas that I bought. This was only $1, and it's 18 gauge stainless steel. And then I had to buy these. I've never bought anything like this before. These are actually metal snips. And these were rated for 18 gauge. Now, they worked, but just barely. And my left hand got pretty messed up doing this, but I made it through. And then some other challenges were trying to get the holes drilled consistently. If some of y'all saw some of my previous posts on monthly, you could see how I kind of had to set up a drill press using a handheld drill that I was able to drill the holes pretty consistently through. Ended up with 4 pieces of wood. Originally I tried to do 5, one of them broke. And yeah, it came out pretty nice. Everything's held together. I got 4 machine screws here with some washers holding it all together. So it's clamped together real nice. And I wanted to go with this design because I guess in between uses, it'd be easy to take apart and kind of wash everything, right? Because you want to make sure this stainless steel is clean to use with food here. So I can feel that this is already pretty well preheated. So let's go ahead and get started here and see what the chopping motion looks like. And then you'll also have you see the clock on the oven there will let us know kind of what time it is, how long this is taking. Usually when I'm doing this, I feel like it takes probably close to 10 minutes to finish doing this. So let's see if we can shave off any time off of that here. So I've got a bowl with 1 pound of lean ground beef here. So we'll go ahead and get this in the pan here, and it's going to start sizzling. I do have a regular spatula that I'm going to be using to kind of get it started, but once it's pretty flat, that's when I really want to tackle it with the new spatula and see kind of what it does. So let's flatten everything out here first, and you can already kind of see, I mean, yeah, this is the way most of us would ordinarily do this. Spread everything out and then start flipping it. I'm still going to use the regular spatula to flip it. Let's go ahead and flatten it out, then move this out the way. And we're really going to tackle it with this and see. And this is one of the things I was anticipating, the meat kind of getting stuck there. But actually one thing it's doing, I wasn't even expecting this, is kind of flipping it on its own. Yep. So that's getting stuck in there. We'll just knock that out. And knock all that out. Alright, so one thing we're kind of learning here is I went with 1/2 inch spacing on these blades. And at least starting out here, let me flatten some of this out. Flatten it out, probably start flipping it. Yep, and see some of it's already cooked. going about 2 minutes. Okay, so first pass, a lot of it was getting stuck. Let's see what happens here, second pass. Oh, lost a piece there, that's all right. So I'm just gonna let it go with whatever's stuck in there. I feel like whatever's left is mostly cooked. Mostly, it looks like it's already pretty well ground up there. And again, we got some less stuck than before. So again, if I was to do another one of these, I'd probably space the blades out a little more. Maybe go with 4 blades instead of 5. But yeah, that's already, wow. I mean, it's been probably less than 3 minutes, and whatever's there is pretty well busted up and almost ready to serve. All right, let's pull some of this out. Looks like a little bit still stuck in here. But yeah, obviously when it was kind of raw, it was getting stuck in there, but this is unbelievable. I wasn't really, we lost a little piece over. Let me see if I can grab this. Ooh, got that in there. Let's finish the rest of this. I feel like, I mean, it's doing what it was supposed to do. I mean, some of it's getting stuck. Obviously we can try to remedy that, spread the blades out a little farther, but I really already feel like this would be ready for taco seasoning or whatever you wanted to put on it. There's hardly anything getting stuck there. This is already almost ready. That's kind of, wow. I mean, there's a little bit of pink there, but this is to the consistency. Yeah, that took maybe about 4 minutes. Way less time, way less chopping than if you were using just this one blade right here and constantly having to flip. I guess maybe kind of an unintended benefit there, that the meat that was getting stuck, some of it was getting stuck and kind of falling out and flipping itself. This is, wow. Yeah, this is basically ready. This is at the consistency there. That didn't take long at all to get to the right consistency to be able to add your taco seasoning or what, or you can make spaghetti. Make some spaghetti sauce in there. I mean, I'm gonna call that pretty much ready. And wow, that was, I would say, probably, again, usually if I do this, that would take probably closer to 10 minutes, because again, it's a lot more tedious. I'm sure you can imagine, you'll probably all done this. Tedious little chopping, and you just got to kind of think about, I mean, you're having to spread this out over the surface area of the pan, and you're kind of having to move around in just small little areas. I'm only able to chop like just one little spot at a time, but yeah, with 5 blades, that was a whole lot easier than doing this and having to flip. And again, you'd have to come in here and get down and flip everything over and all that kind of stuff. But no, that cooked, that chopped really fast. Cooked really fast. That was impressive. All right, so yeah, so we're gonna call that a success. Again, we might play around with spreading the blades out a little bit more, maybe go 3/4 inch. Again, I was just kind of limited to the cheapest wood that I could find. These were pre-cut to 1/2 inch. I thought that looked pretty good. Again, I was considering, yeah, it might, let me turn this off. I was considering that, yeah, it might be some issues with stuff getting stuck in there. But again, I don't know if that was entirely a major flaw there. I mean, in some ways it helped a little bit. But yeah, if I make another one, I'll probably try to do wood space 3/4 inch and see if that solves that problem. And again, like I said, you can probably see looking up closer, this is covered in meat now, but because of the design, easy to take apart, easy to wash the blades, put them back in. And yeah, I might have to put some sealant on this wood here. This is raw wood. There looks like some blood might have got on there from the meat. But anyways, yeah, we'll call that a success. Again, plenty of opportunities to make it better, but yep, there you go. There is the Mega Spatula. Okay, and a few final comments on this. So here's everything disassembled, been washed and cleaned. So yeah, obviously this is supposed to be a mechanical engineering project, and no moving parts on it yet. I did have an idea, I didn't have time to try to implement, actually have the chopping motion be motorized. It sounds like there's going to be some opportunity to learn about these motors in the next part of the class. So yeah, we'll see what else we can do with this to yeah, make it even more automated. But yeah, again, we'll say the Mega Spatula worked out all right. And got that meat cooked plenty fast, and yeah, worked pretty well.